Elon Musk said his 20-year-old son is, quote, dead. This is what the billionaire had to say during an interview with conservative commentator Jordan Peterson.
Back in 2022, the world of billionaire tech tycoon and businessman Elon Musk came crashing when his transgender daughter made a shocking announcement on social media. The truth about Elon, who had portrayed himself as a family-oriented man, was about to come to light. At this point, his daughter owed him no loyalty. She had cut ties with him and was ready to show the world who the richest man in the world was. Was Elon a liar who said things to get the trust of his very conservative audience? What was his relationship like with his parents and his children? We are about to find out. Recently, Elon has been very vocal about the idea of transitioning from one gender to another. He had also made a series of very controversial posts on social media and any other medium he could use, in a way that seemed to oppress the voices of people who had different opinions. But where was this outrage coming from, one would ask? Was Elon always like this? Let's take a little dive into Elon's childhood. Elon was born in Pretoria to Maya Musk and Errol Musk. Although he had a normal childhood, he had a pretty intense relationship with his father. Elon rarely talked about his father, and when he did, he had something negative to say. He was raised with the cultural Christian values, but when he spent time with his father, he had nothing but bad experiences. His first rift with his father when he was a child was after his parents' divorce. With all three of the Musk children staying with their mother after the split, Elon felt sympathy for his father, who seemed lonely by himself. He decided to move in with his father without understanding the full picture of who the man was, and he learned the hard way. As Elon grew, he realized how terrible his father was and wondered if there was some good in him. Speaking on his encounters with his father, Elon wondered how a human could sit and have a carefully thought-out plan of evil against someone else. The only time Elon had a positively memorable childhood was when he lived with his mother. According to the world-renowned billionaire and CEO of Tesla, his father had a knack for turning a good situation into a bad one, and as a child, he was confused about that kind of behavior. Who does not want to bask in something good at all times if possible? It was unfathomable. His father was so miserable that when Elon started having his children, he promised himself not to introduce them to his father because he did not understand what would make someone so unhappy and unhealthy. Elon always got emotional when he talked about his father. He was like an uncomfortable lump refusing to go down his throat. The tech tycoon went ahead to accuse his father of committing every evil thing any human can think of to describe how much of a terrible person his father was. Soon enough, he accepted that there was nothing he could do to change his father for the better, or build a normal relationship with him. While anyone would sympathize with Elon concerning his experiences with his father, there are lots of questions to be addressed, especially now that Elon is a public figure. Little details about his personal life would get to social media and trigger the opinions of different individuals one way or the other. So the question is, did Elon's experiences with his father reflect in the way he handled his children? What did his children think of him? Before 2022, Elon was a big advocate of free speech and everyone doing whatever they wanted. A lot of individuals had transitioned since the early 2000s and they posted it on social media, but Elon did not continuously try to condemn it. He also tried to advocate for family and generational orientation, portraying himself as someone who does his best to be there for his family. But things took a revealing turn when his son Xavier legally changed his gender and his name to Vivian Jenna Wilson, dropping Musk's last name and saying in court filings she no longer wished to be related to Musk in any way. Everyone was lost. Nobody saw the termination of a relationship coming. However, a tumultuous coexistence had been brewing in the background. It would soon be revealed that Elon and his daughter had an obvious disdain for each other. For a while, neither party said anything about the separation till Musk suddenly decided to support the Republicans after previously being a Democrat. He bought Twitter and started throwing direct shots at the queer community, especially the one his daughter had become a part of. While Musk kept throwing shots, his daughter Wilson decided to keep a low profile. However, there was no cork on the wine bottle for Musk. He kept going to the queer community till his daughter could not take it anymore. Just when the Republicans were gearing up for their intense presidential campaign, Elon had sat down to do a lengthy interview with Jordan Peterson, a far-right media personality and actor. In that interview, Elon made a very shocking statement that changed everything and triggered crazy reactions.
Why are you willing to make this an issue, do you think?
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on. There was a lot of confusion. I was told, Xavier might commit suicide.
That was a lie right from the outset. If there's a higher suicide rate, the reason is because of the underlying depression and anxiety and not because of the gender dysphoria.
It wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. And so I lost my son, essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead.
By now, Wilson had enough, and she was ready to roll in the mud. Sitting with Elon, Peterson portrayed psychiatrists who were involved in gender transitioning as evil, and Elon agreed, opining that they were encouraging child mutilation and sterilization. Using his daughter as an example, Elon went in on everyone practicing gender-affirming care, calling them evil and claiming they were manipulating children who were just going through puberty into believing that they were the wrong gender and that they needed to be the other gender. When he was asked why he was so passionate about it, Elon talked about Xavier and how gender transitioning had hit close to home. The billionaire businessman claimed he was tricked into signing gender-affirming documents. He was told Xavier might commit suicide if the documents were not signed, so he thought he was protecting his son, who was going through a natural identity crisis. But then, during the interview, Elon made a very disturbing statement which quickly became the last straw. He claimed Xavier was no more and had been eliminated by the woke mind virus. To further push his stance on wokeness, Elon posted a video with his 5 boys and the caption, "All 5 boys super happy." Now Wilson was ready to control her narrative. She was not going to let the constant attacks slide. In the blink of an eye, the great Elon Musk, who a lot of people looked up to as a role model for a family-oriented man, was portrayed in another light. It was the truth behind the curtains, and it reinforced the saying, "Don't believe everything you see on social media." In a series of angry posts on Threads, Meta's competitor to Musk's ex, Wilson told the truth about her experience with her father and why she decided she did not want to have anything to do with him in 2022. She accused her father of trying to build his image as a caring father, which she knew was a big fat lie. She also accused him of picking a few Western Christian values to make people believe he was a responsible family man. But nothing could be further from the truth. To put the icing on the cake, Wilson tells the world how her father was a serial adulterer who was a liar and could not stay in a place. This was the first time Wilson had spoken about her father since the interview, and it was brutal. But she was not done. She had a lot to get off her chest about her father, and she was going to do it in the most damaging way possible. In mid-2024, Wilson sat down for an exclusive interview to tell the world about her childhood and what it was like growing up with Elon Musk as her father. In the interview, she claimed her father had never been supportive of anything she did. He was rarely present in her life, leaving her and her siblings to be cared for by their mother or by nannies, even though Musk had joint custody. And when he was with her, he used every opportunity to berate her. According to Wilson, Elon appeared embarrassed that having her as a child would harass her for exhibiting feminine traits. When they were going out, he would pressure her to appear more masculine, including by pushing her to deepen her voice as early as elementary school. Every time he took her along to meet other people, he would yell at her because her voice was too high. She also described him as cold, uncaring, and narcissistic. These were not the views anyone expected about Elon Musk, but who would know him better than family? It was a big eye-opener to how much is kept away from social media. To crown it all, Wilson claimed her father knew nothing about her childhood because he was not there most of the time, and when he was, the only thing he did was harass her. In the interview, Wilson was also quick to debunk her father knowing nothing about her transgender treatment. She claimed he read the medical forms twice and knew the full side effects of the treatment before he signed them. Wilson's side of the story contradicts everything Elon upheld and questions his sudden switch to Christian Western values, especially with the elections coming up. Could there be an ulterior motive, since he was not exactly Father of the Year? While Wilson, who is in college studying languages, has tried her best to largely stay away from the public eye, Elon has been going for it, making tens of posts on X every day. Recently, he started speaking about population collapse, encouraging everyone to give birth to as many children as they can without considering their ability to take care of these children. He may be the king of technology, engineering, and planet discovery, but maybe the billionaire is not as bright as we thought when it comes to life issues. Away from his personal life, Elon has done great things in his career. He is currently the richest man in the world, worth over $400 billion. This remarkable feat stems from Tesla's soaring stock price and SpaceX's increased valuation. He is the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, X, The Boring Company, and Neuralink, among others. Tesla especially has dominated the EV market and is practically on the lips of almost every famous person you can think of. Neuralink, Musk's neurotechnology company, is also not slowing down. The company has recorded top progress in brain-computer interface development and is still on its path to redefining treatment for neurological conditions and human cognition. He is at the forefront of many technological inventions, adventures, and discoveries. His engineering skills were one positive thing he attributed to his dad. He was grateful his father got him into that life early. In a recent development, Elon has also branched into politics. In a bid to get former President of the United States, Donald Trump, back in office, Elon became a huge donor of his campaign and turned X into a great campaign hub for President Donald Trump. He also got straight to promoting some controversial takes like reduced government regulations in the United States, which earned him more followers and haters. Elon might not be Father of the Year, but he has made significant strides in reinventing the planet for humanity. What do you think about Wilson's side of the story? Do you think Elon's rough childhood and influence affect the way he handles his family? Thank you for watching till the end. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. And while you're still here, click the video on your screen for more mind-blowing videos.